Not something you expect to see from the opening kickoff, that's for sure, and they will start at the 40.
Out of bounds.
Wishing he had a mulligan. That's not how you want to start the game.
Not at all, because not only do you give up the penalty and good field position, but it just kills the momentum of your team as you start a game.
Here's a handoff out of the gun. And he works his way forward to pick up. And they'll give him another shot here on the ground. Looking for a cutback lane, but nothing there as he's met at the line of scrimmage. Throwing is Allen on third. And that will be incomplete.
Certainly looked like someone was very confident in his ability to fit that one in. I would say he was overconfident because there wasn't a whole lot of separation there. Had that one covered pretty well downfield and knocked it away.
On is the punter man as he boots this one away. And that hits at the 6 and carries into the end zone for a touchback. So here's the Charger offense making their way out. And they'll be led out by a guy who has a couple years under his belt in the NFL, their third-year quarterback.
We're seeing it more and more in this league, how teams love to have athletes back there taking the snaps, guys who can throw it and move around and get yardage with their legs if needed. He's one of the best examples that we see out there right now. He can throw for hundreds of yards one week and then run for 100+ the next. He adds an extra dimension that really confounds defenses when he puts it all together.
And some room to work. And he's taken down but able to slip across the 35. It'll be a pickup of 16 and a Charger first.
That's a very nice game there. A confidence-building run. Love the execution up front. And the way he pressed the hole, absolutely perfect.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Back to throw. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Walker. The play-action fake. They'll look to throw. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete. So the incomplete pass on the last play, and that leads us to a 3rd and 3. They'll look to throw. Here's Johnson with a reception. And he'll be out just a yard or two shy of the 30. How about 25 yards on 3rd down? They'll take it.
Well, I think when they look at their offense, they think to themselves, weapons, weapons everywhere. And they want to move the ball around. They want to spread it to different people. But you absolutely know they want to get this man involved as well. And that's what they just did on that play.
So 1st and 10 now in Buffalo territory at the 32-yard line. Walker now on 1st and 10. And only able to get 2 here. Stopped at the 30. Here's 2nd and 8. Quick completion here to Johnson. And he's got a 1st down as a tackle made at the Bills' 16. The Chargers passing game rolling a bit here. They've got another 1st. This is shaping up to be a really nice-looking drive to get the season underway here.
And how long do you think that they actually have been plotting this drive? I'm talking about the coaching staff, right? They've been thinking about this for a while now, and I think they're executing it even better than what they expected.
A first red zone opportunity the new year here as they come up now 1st and 10. Being chased out left. And he just throws this one away. Smart decision here this close to the end zone, and it brings up 2nd down. On second down, it's Walker. And they get to him quickly here as he stopped right around the 13. An 8-play drive to this point. So here's play number 9 on 3rd and 7. Johnson with a completion over the middle. That'll go for a gain of 7. And it'll be 4th down.
Well, here's so often how tackling has become almost a lost art in the NFL game. It's so important to tackle well on these receivers, especially in a play like this one. 3rd down, they gave him the underneath stuff. You got to go and make the tackle right away.
They'll run for it. It's Walker. And he's able to pick up the first before he's brought down inside the 5 at the 4. He'll look to throw. In trouble, and he'll go down back at the 12. Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game.
Well, there's still time to rectify this situation because the silver lining, they took a sack on 1st and goal. But that close to the goal line, that still definitely hurts.
They'll try again on 2nd and goal after going backwards to the 12. Give to Walker on the read option. And he'll be dropped at about the 11 after only a yard. Maybe the first big test of the season here on both sides. This is 3rd and goal. They'll set up to throw. And probably the wise decision there. No one open. He just throws it away. And that keeps the field goal on the table as it's 4th down. And his kick is good. And the Chargers grab themselves a 3-0 lead. So they're able to end that drive with 3 points in this one-possession ball game.
And ideally, you want to end every drive with points. Most quarterbacks would tell you, let's end it with a kick, right? A PAT, that's number 1. Field goal you'll take. Punts, you really don't want to do that. In this case, they'll take the field goal and get prepared for the rest of the game.
And he won't quite make it to the 25. So here come the Bills out for their second drive. They went 3 and out on their first drive of the new season. Not an ideal beginning as they start drive number 2, 1st and 10. Now Allen. That's caught by the big tight end, Dallas Goedert. They'll be brought down on the 30-yard line after a gain of 6. From the 30 on 2nd down, Allen. That's caught by Gabriel Davis. First catch of the new season for him, and he picks up the first.
I think that's a big pickup for a 1st down because when you run a drag route against zone, you're sometimes asking for trouble because you might run into a defender.
Yeah, well, there they ran into a 1st down, executed it to perfection. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Throwing now is Allen. He finds his man, complete. That's Webster. And they're going to get this to about the 44-yard line.
An ex-teammate used to tell me all the time, I hate experienced quarterbacks because no matter what, you really can't hide what you're doing. And I think that right there, he knew right away where the blitz was coming from, where his primary guy was going to be, and he ended up going to a secondary target for a nice game.
I was just going to ask you, that wasn't the primary target, and he's so good at that, isn't he?
I think he knew right away that he wasn't going to get to his primary guy. I think he read that as soon as he got to the line of scrimmage, knew where the pressure was going to come from, and said, I know how to beat that, and that's what he did.
An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Throwing there, but this pass is going to wind up incomplete. Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. Allen to throw once more. Forced out to his left. The ball comes out and picked up by the Chargers. So he went out of the pocket left, and then things got dicey.
And what often happens is when they get outside, they want to keep their eyes downfield in order to try and complete a pass. But when they try to make a play, they've got to get their footwork involved, and that can really mess them up as well. And in this case, nothing went right, and the ball got knocked free.
They'll try and start this drive in the air. Completes this one to Starks. And this winds up a gain of 4 to the 41. Second and 6. Got his man complete over the middle. That's Johnson. And they're going to get this down near the 35-yard line. They'll look to throw here on first down. It's complete. This is Starks. This will be a gain of about 8 to the 27-yard line. Up the middle, here's Walker. He'll get it inside the 20. And just good downhill running there as he'll take this to the 15-yard line. Give him 12 yards there, and the Chargers have a first down. His first carry of their second drive, pretty solid. And, of course, remember back to their first drive, really strong throughout that one.
Not only is he getting good blocking up front, but how about his vision to find the holes? And he's seeing things before they even open and hurdling through.
They had to settle for 3 last drive, hoping this second go-around ends in 6. In good position, 1st and 10. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. The defense rising to the challenge and setting him back on the sand.
One thing that I liked about this guy during the draft process was his motor. Of course, I loved his skills, but he plays hard on every down.
And that motor on full display there as he gets his first NFL sack. So after the sack, a scenario you certainly don't work on too often. 2nd and 24. Back to throw here. Throw out wide to Walker. And he'll be brought down at about the 23-yard line. 3-0 after 1 on EA Sports. Charger football to start quarter number 2. The offense on 3rd down, just 1 for 3 thus far. This will be a tough 3rd and 18. Toward the sideline, it's complete. An athletic grab, but still well short of the first. And his kick is good. And they're able to double their lead in this first half. It's 6-0. So the defense are able to force their first turnover of the game, and then they add on to that by getting the field goal.
And you don't just want to take the ball away from your opponent, partner. You want to make them hurt as well. And if you don't score yourself on defense, turn it over to your offense and have them put points on the board.
And this will not be brought out. It's a touchback. And here come the Bills. Right now they're on the wrong end of the scoreboard, and that won't change if this drive ends like the last one when they had that lost fumble. So you have a feeling taking care of the football is certainly paramount right now.
Yeah, and it's not just the guy who dropped it on the last drive, is it? That means everyone who might touch the ball is getting the same message. Guys, ball security, paramount. Let's take care of it. And if we do, we've got a chance to put points on the board.
Buried by multiple defenders on the drive's first play.
And we all know how talented this guy is who's calling the signals for him. But even the best in the game, they can struggle against a good, cohesive zone coverage. Can't find a gap in the secondary quick enough, and he ends up taking a sack.
Got to imagine the pass rush will be equally intense here on 2nd down following the sack. It's 2nd and 18. Allen. And pressure coming, and they got him once again. Dropped for a loss of 7 by multiple defenders. Now, the #1 mission of any offensive line, you got to protect that quarterback, keep him safe back there. This time, the rush got to him in a hurry.
Yeah, that's one where you turn to your lineman and say, guys, can I get a little help here? And you have to ask politely because, remember, they're blocking for you the entire game. But as a quarterback, you've also got to have the clock running in your head when you need to get rid of the football. But this time, he had no chance. They were on him instantly.
Out to the left there and complete to the tight end, Goddard. As we check the next-gen stats, you'll see he had precious little time to do anything with the football there. They do get 10 back, but still a ways to go on 4th.
I think that call was made not so much to try and get get the first down, although they would have taken it if they could have gotten it. But to give their punter a little bit of space and try and help out their defense.
Yeah, they got the safe completion on third. On fourth down, punt coming from Braden Mann. Let's take it inside his own 40. Following the punt return here, there's someone shaken up. While the medical staff checks on him, we'll step aside in this Week 1 contest. The Charger drive about to get going. Now, their two drives thus far both led to points, albeit both field goals, so the lead just 6-0, but the ability to move the ball is evident.
Well, that's, heartening, as they say, but it's not what they're about. What they're about is putting the ball in the end zone and putting sixes on the board. So if you're the offensive coordinator, you like what you're doing, but you don't love it. You've got to find a way to ring that bell. Then you can have a little self-satisfied grin. Right now, a little more determination is needed.
On third and short, they'll try and pick it up through the air. He gets it left side to Johnson. He's going to go out of bounds, but he takes this one down just shy of the 20. Well, forget the run on 3rd and 1. They shock the D and rip off a pretty big play. And a good quarterback facing zone coverage. If he has just a little bit of time to survey the scene, that's what's going to happen.
No doubt about it. If there's no pressure, he's going to continue to pick them apart because he'll have all that time to find someone open downfield. He can only cover for so long. So maybe they want to go to a zone blitz scheme, get a little bit more pressure. Remember when Carolina did that against Denver? They lost the game ultimately. They dropped the defensive end out, and he ended up with an interception in that game in Super Bowl 50. Maybe some sort of scheme like that to try and get more pressure at the passer.
And here he'll get it down to the 7. 51 yards rushing for him in this first half as he is looking at mid-season form here in the opener.
They were not fooling around at all, were they? 2nd and short, and they brought out the heavy package. Almost felt like the super heavy package against that defense, didn't it?
Yeah, I don't think they expected that much beef up front, and it turned into an easy first down conversion. A chance for a first touchdown drive of the year. It's 1st and goal. Now back to throw. Got a man, and he hits him in stride. That'll bring out 2nd and goal after the gain of 5.
Nice rhythm throw there on 1st down. He located his tight end, made it a nice, easy pitch and catch.
Hoping he can break a tackle or two. Wasn't able to do that there, but still good yardage. 3 red zone trips have yielded just 2 field goals for them to this point, so they'll be searching for something more on 2nd and goal here. Looking to throw. And this will be caught in the end zone for a Chargers touchdown. A 2-yard touchdown grab. And they are able to add on to their advantage. So a good start to the campaign so far for them here in Week 1.
Yeah, all the things that you dreamed about in April and May and that you worked on in July and August, getting ready for this game, it's all coming together so far.
Point after here coming up. And he's 1 for 1 on the new year as his kick is good. So that winds up a 7-play drive all told. And it ends with the Chargers getting into the end zone. And they'll put up the stop sign there as his guys will get it at the 25. The Bills offense coming out, ready to take over. They find themselves down 13-0 here as they try to get things started offensively. 1st and 10. Here's Allen. Thrown across his body, and it's intercepted. And he brings this one back. It's a pick 6 and a Charger TD. And on that one, with 6 defensive backs, did he need to be more careful throwing the football? I mean, I guess obviously in hindsight he did, but...
Yeah, hindsight, but even in foresight, when you got 6 defensive backs on the field, you just know you're going to get multiple coverages. You're never sure what you're going to see. But the biggest one is you don't have much reaction time for your receivers to go get the football because those guys They're the best cover guys on the field. They go get it. And on that play, they took it the other way for 6 points.
Point after, right down the middle. And that pushes the lead up to an even 20. A heck of a play there defensively, getting the interception, navigating his way into the end zone for the touchdown. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick six, and now the kick is away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Buffalo offense back out ready to go. And we don't want to call this desperation time, especially in the second quarter, but you're down.
You don't want to.
Well, no, but let me finish.
Okay, my bad.
You're down 3 scores already. You've done nothing offensively, nothing on the scoreboard. That's not a good combination.
I think you just called it desperation time. I think you did. But let's face it, you mentioned this to me in a break earlier in the game. The energy level hasn't been there right from the start. We've noticed that. They've got to find a way to get on their toes and start punching instead of retreating, to use a boxing analogy.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38.
1st and 10 at the 38-yard line.
Play action. Now it's Allen. He finds his man, complete. That's Fox. And they're going to get this to about the 44-yard line.
And this was a nice example of an offensive coordinator scheming his guy open. Just a little underneath route, just trying to free up some space, and it worked awfully well. Got him not just space, but plenty of room to run after the catch to pick up really nice yardage.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Now Allen again. Finding his safety valve here. That's complete. And they're going to get this to about the 44-yard line.
Complete to number 20. 1-yard gain brings up 2nd and 9.
To throw again on 2nd down. Allen. And that is caught. It's Davis. And he's brought to the ground with another 1st down at the Chargers' 17-yard line. A very solid gain of 27.
Press coverage on the outside, and for defenders, that's the ultimate risk reward. If you take the risk, can you reward yourself by keeping them on the line of scrimmage? But no, not on that one. Got the step on him. Now it's just a matter of laying the ball out there for him to go get it.
Operating from the red zone now. Allen. And he's got his man in stride, complete. And here he'll get it down to the 7.
10 yards on the pickup. It's 2nd and 2.
And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. That backs him up 1 yard and brings up 3rd down. Another example right there how this defense really is winning the entire game at the point of attack.
Yeah, right there at the line of scrimmage, because they are dominating it. It allows their interior guys to get upfield and spill into the backfield. So how are you going to combat that? You know, because they bring in your tight end, keep him in. Your running backs, they have to step forward. Bottom line, your offensive line has to block them first to give yourself a chance.
So they'll get nothing out of that play, and that's going to bring up a 4th down.
Excuse my snarkiness here, but isn't the idea of completing a pass supposed to mean you get downfield and gain yards?
Especially on 3rd down.
Yeah, that one. How about the defense? Figured that one out in a big way. Yeah, they completed it all right and lost yardage.
Facing this big first-half deficit, they keep the field goal unit on the sideline. They're going for it. 2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. On 4th down, they'll try and run for it. And he'll take this into the end zone. Now, hold on here. We do have a flag down. So let's see what this is about.
Holding, offense.
Down in this one, they needed that score, but they'll have to hold at least for the time being.
You're exactly right. Points that they had to have. As you said, they have to regroup now and see if they can get them another way.
Well, that's something of a pick-me-up for the offense. Certainly has struggled, but they do get the field goal before half to put 3 on the board.
Yeah, you don't want to be shut out, but let's face it, those 3 points, that's not going to solve all their problems either. Fielded right around the 8.
And he brings us out past the 20 to the 24. Kenneth Walker headed back out there. And he's well on his way to a 100-yard game. He's already more than halfway there. We're only in the second quarter.
And what I've always loved about running backs is they'll tell you, I had no idea how many yards I had.
Right.
Those guys have an innate sense of where they are in a ball game and how many yards they've accumulated, because you know they're always working towards 100.
He's been working well towards 100 here. They'll drop to throw. Caught. This is Ivory. Call it a gain of 6 on the play, and that will bring up 3rd and 1. He'll drop to throw. Over the middle, complete. It's Johnson. And he is going to have the Chargers first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Well, things are definitely going right for them here in the first half. Pick it down, any down, even 3rd down, no problem. They get a connection there and pick up a fresh set of downs, continuing to move the ball.
Creeping up on a minute to play in this first half. The Chargers going to signal for the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime. Again, he'll drop to throw. Eluding the pressure right. And he just gets rid of it. Throws it away. A wise move there. Looked like nobody open. Now 2nd down. They'll look to throw again. It's a short one here. Complete to the tight end. And not much happening there. He's taken down, but a late penalty flag in the backfield. This looks like a roughing call. Okay, so roughing the passer, and I've got to imagine that's the last thing you want to see week 1 is your quarterback taking an unnecessary hit.
I think you're exactly right about that. You hate it any week, but boy, are you on target. This is, this depending on him to take him through 17 games, so you definitely can't let him get hurt right now.
And he comes back with one complete. Now the Chargers will use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he's brought down inside the 20 at the 18-yard line. Flushed out right. Now the offense will burn their 3rd and final timeout as they'll stop it with 13 seconds to play in half number 1. Now a 1st and 10 at the 11. They'll set up a throw. He completes this to Walker. And down inside the 10 here before he's out of bounds right around the 7. He'll look to throw. This is caught. Touchdown, Chargers. A great effort there in the final seconds of the first half. And the Chargers are looking good here in the season opener as they're able to extend their lead.
That's one of the better examples of clock management I've seen. Whittled it all the way down just about and still put the ball in the end zone.
Yeah, just a methodical drive and something really to take into the lockers here. Now comes the kicking team here for the extra point. And the lead is now 24. A 10-play drive that time. And it ends with the Chargers getting into the end zone. So 6 seconds, all that remains of this first half as the kick is away.
The Bills take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The white flag coming out as they line up to kneel on it. And with time running short here, they'll simply take a knee, and that should do it for half number 1. So we've reached halftime here on opening weekend. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
All right, Brandon, thanks very much. And welcome back to football, everybody. We've got a full slate of 16 games here to start the new season. So let's take our first trip around the NFL. We'll get started down at Hard Rock Stadium in Miami. And late in the first half, it's the Broncos who are out on top. 3 Tua Tagovailoa touchdown passes there. From there, we head up to the Motor City to check in on the Lions at home at Ford Field. And that one all tied as they host the visiting Cincinnati Bengals. Finally, let's get down to Houston. Check on the Texans at home at NRG Stadium. And that game, level, as they take on the visiting Indianapolis Colts. With that, we take a look at the next-gen stats in that first half for the Chargers. And it was important for them to get the season off on the right foot. And they've done just that, thanks to a very solid outing by their passing offense thus far. Meanwhile, for the Bills, they weren't quite as successful throwing the ball as their counterparts were, but they still were able to move the ball reasonably well in that first half.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. We'll see if week 1 fatigue becomes any kind of a factor as we are back underway in the second half. And he will not bring it out. It's a touchback. The Chargers getting ready to go here to start this third quarter. But they got to be thrilled with how they've operated so far in this one. They've got the nice lead, and now a chance to score here on 3 straight possessions.
Yeah, and the way that they are rolling, I just don't know how they get slowed down, because they certainly are operating at peak efficiency right now. They might want to think about giving some of their backups a little bit of work, though. Let some other guys get on the field and do their thing and save some of this for the next time out.
Sticking with Walker on second down. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. The tally there, -2 yards, brings up third down. Not an easy spot here. They'll be in search of 13 yards to try to pick up the first.
Delay of game, offense.
That flag accepted, and it backs the offense up a little bit.
Still third down.
After the delay, they're backed up even further for third and long. He'll look to throw. And the Bills are going to get him as he goes down. And that'll bring up fourth down on the big sack with a loss of 5. Just not much a quarterback can do there, CD. The pressure was in his face almost instantaneously. Led to a very quick sack.
Yeah, that's one where you turn to your lineman and say, guys, can I get a little help here? And you have to ask politely because, remember, they're blocking for you the entire game. But as a quarterback, you've also got to have the clock running in your head when you need to get rid of the football. But this time, he had no chance. They were on him instantly.
And as we check the next-gen stats, that play lasted just 2.7 seconds from beginning to end. Just not enough time to throw the football. They'll score that a 36-yard punt. And this offense will take over right at the midfield stripe with a 1st and 10. So they fake the handoff. Now Allen. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back. Complete. And they'll get this down to around the 47-yard line. Throwing again on second down. Allen. And this one taken in on the right sideline, but not in the field of play. They say it's incomplete. The throw led him a little too far. It brings up third down. Throwing is Allen on third. He'll air this one out deep for Davis. Oh, had his hands on it, couldn't bring it in. Pretty symptomatic of how this game's been going.
And there's another stop. One of the league's best defenses is certainly bringing it again this week.
He's averaging just under 50 yards a punt as he gets this away. Well, on that punt, we've got a man shaken up. Boy, you always hate to see injuries, especially tough here in week 1. Just hoping this is nothing serious. We'll take a quick timeout. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. Oh, this is going to be caught along the sidelines. Probably shouldn't have been caught. He's going to lose yardage there. Up the middle they run. It's Walker. 5 yards. Now it's 3rd and 5. They'll need 5 on this play to move the sticks. Back to throw. Got a man, and he hits him in stride. And he is going to have the Chargers first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
And while we may be looking at the scoreboard, this offense certainly is not, because they're showing no signs of backing down, even with a 3-score lead here in the 3rd quarter. I think they keep taking their shots. They've seen blown leads happen throughout this league. They don't want to fall victim to it themselves.
Altogether, a pretty shaky start to the year for this defense as they defend another 1st and 10. They're going to look to throw. And that is incomplete. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. They'll set up to throw. Throw left side complete. That's Johnson. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. Over 100 yards receiving for him now in the opener. And it's a 1st down. And defensively, they were in zone coverage there. Do you have to be a little careful? You're losing playing against a good quarterback like he is to not play too much zone?
Yeah, you have to be careful about how much time you're giving up. I think it's a good point you just brought up. So maybe if you still want to play zone, you go to a zone blitz scheme. And you can drop anyone out of your defensive front. Defensive end, defensive tackle. It doesn't matter. You just exchange someone to bring more pressure towards the quarterback and still try and cover downfield.
Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11. They'll look to throw. And his throw is incomplete. A long way to go here on 3rd down for the 8th play of the drive. They'll look to throw here. He's going to let it go for Ivory. And this is caught inside the 5. Touchdown. A big play there. Already his 2nd touchdown here in this opening weekend. And the Chargers have opened the lead up to 30.
In order to lead in a game, you're going to get plenty of contributors, but that's his 2nd touchdown catch of this game. He's one of the key guys in this one.
And you better believe he'll be looking for the hat trick here as this one continues to go. Extra point attempt to come here. And the lead grows even larger here in the 3rd quarter. So that drive in total 8 plays. And it ends with the Chargers getting into the end zone. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. From the 6.
Holding. Receiving team.
Allen and the Bills now with a 1st and 10 from back at their own 10-yard line. Out of the gun, he'll throw. He finds his tight end, Goddard. That's complete. And he's able to get this one all the way past the 30. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. To the air, Allen. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Fox. Allen off the play fake. And this throw a bit late as he couldn't reach back for it. A couple extra tight ends in the formation here as they line up 3rd and 2. One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. And he's going to have a Bills first down. His good running gets him to about the 44. Running game working. They'll stick with it on 1st down. And a lane slow and materializing there as he'll get maybe a yard up to the 45. On 2nd and 9, Allen throwing the out route incomplete. It's Webster. And he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds. Allen going to try and throw on 3rd down. And he's got his man. It's the tight end, Goddard. And he is going to have a Bills first down, and he was able to get it by plenty. A gain of 8 on 3rd and 3. On play action, Allen. He's going to flip one out here to his running back.
And he's going to be marked down just inside the 35.
And again, it's Allen. On the slant, he's got Davis. And he's brought to the ground with another first down at the Chargers' 17-yard line. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw.
All right, rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. And the Chargers are going to have the football here at their own 35-yard line. Well, to be blunt, not a whole lot has gone right for this defense in this ball game, but that's something right there. Still in the third quarter, it would take something around miracle territory for a comeback, but maybe that's a start, Charles.
It certainly is, and they're definitely showing that there's some fight still left in them. Hasn't been a banner day, but they're trying their best to put that disappointment behind them and find ways to make plays.
Good starting field position for them as they come up 1st and 10 at their 35-yard line. Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. And the catch made by Johnson. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard.
Brings up 2nd and a yard at the 44-yard line.
They'll come up now on 2nd and a yard. Straight ahead, Walker.
And he'll go down right around the 47 this time. 2 yards on the pickup, and that's all they needed to move the sticks.
2 yards on the play. First down, Toronto.
A play action fake. They'll look to throw. Rolling to his left. Here's Johnson with a reception.
And they're going to get this down near the 35-yard line.
And that's going to do it. Clock hits zeros. They're not going to get another playoff. Time has run out on this third quarter.
You are watching the NFL on EA Sports.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10.
Out of the gun, Walker with it.
And he'll maneuver his way forward for about 4. 2nd and 6. Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6.
Sticking with Walker on 2nd down.
A short gain here, maybe a yard to the 29. Now movement up front. I think they're going to get one of the Charger linemen.
Ball start, offense.
And this offense back to needing 10 yards after the false start. 3rd and 10. Now back to throw. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete. And this one is right down the middle, and that will extend their lead even further.
Well, ultimately not really sure that they're going to need those 3 points, but they'll take the 3 and they pad that lead.
Yeah, this one's already wrapped up, but you and I both know if you're an offensive coordinator, you never let up on the gas unless the head coach tells you to do so. And maybe you've actually clicked him off in your headset so you can keep calling plays and trying to add to this lead.
Buffalo set to get the football back here. And whatever promise they showed in the preseason has not translated into week 1 because they have not been particularly competitive here at home, no less. So these fans just kind of beside themselves right now.
They'll start this drive out on the ground. Yeah, boy, this defense again really making things tough on him as they stop him for no gain. Now Allen throwing on 2nd down. Going up top. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long way out there, but it'll be 3rd down. Allen now looks to throw. Flush to his, and he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes.
brought down by multiple defenders, and it's a loss of 12.
But one thing I do know, these guys on defense, they don't want this game to end. They're winning by multiple touchdowns. They've shut down the opposing quarterback in a big way, and they're still picking up sacks as we approach the end of this one.
The Bills send the punter out as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. It's a 39-yard punt, and good coverage means a loss on the return. And it'll be Charger football here as they take over. So out come the Chargers. And this has been quite a performance to kick off the new year on the road, no less, as they try to finish things off here in the fourth quarter. Here's Walker to start the drive. And not much there at all. Maybe a yard up to the 43. The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. Sticking with Walker on 2nd down. And he'll fight forward maybe to the line of scrimmage, but that's all. The Chargers on 3rd down. They've hit on half of them, 5 for 10. This is 3rd and 9. On 3rd down, here's Walker. And he'll be corralled out across midfield down to the 45. 72 yards for him on the ground now on 18 carries. At carries like that, that's how they're going to continue to salt this thing away here, Charles, in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, how about that? A new set of downs. Clock continues to move. No better way to close out a game than to tap those mastodons you have up front and say, guys, keep pounding them. Let's keep the ball, keep their offense on the sidelines, and let's close this one out.
1st and 10, and they've got 3 tight ends out there. A jumbo package look. Walker with another carry. He'll work his way up the middle for a gain of about 4. 2nd down.
Holding offense.
All right, so they got that one, Charles, against the center.
And let's remember how difficult it is for the center, because remember, he's got to snap the ball to put the play in motion, and sometimes you got that big guy on your nose. You got sometimes where he's coming at you at an angle. It's a difficult job for him to snap the ball and then execute his block.
That's a gain of 6 on the 1st down run.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces, and I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
And he's got a 1st down as a tackle made at the Bills' 32-yard line. That one good for 13 and a Charger first.
There's a beautiful throw there, and he's been sensational the entire game, moving it around, spreading it, hitting the right guys. And look, under normal situations, partner, I would expect him to come out of the game now. They've got it in hand. But you and I have been around this league a long time, and every time we ask head coaches about it, hey, why don't you take your quarterback out when the game's in hand? They just kind of give us that look like that's what he's paid to do. So it's a very unusual situation. I'd want him out. They tend to leave him in.
Sticking with Walker on 2nd down.
And this time they were ready for him as they'll stop him right at the line of scrimmage. It'll go as a loss of a yard, so now they deal with 3rd and 11.
We're backed up here. Tough spot, needing 11 yards to pick up the 1st. On the counter, it's Walker.
And this play going to be stopped in its tracks at the 32, and obviously well short of the 1st down. The Chargers will bring out the field goal unit now. This is a 49-yard attempt, right hash. And his kick is absolutely perfect. And that will extend their lead even further.
So a nice kick there as they are able to add on to their lead.
And that's exactly what you're looking to do. Maneuver yourself into range. That way, if your drive stalls out, you're able to get something out of it. And they do so right there.
And there will not be a return here. It's a touchback, and it'll come out to the 25-yard line.
Here's the Buffalo offense now as they get set to take over here.
Where we stand right now in the fourth quarter, this one pretty much out of reach. And, Charles, I know they're going to be disappointed about several things with this ball game, but the self-inflicted wounds, they've had several turnovers you would have to think that's going to be something they're going to discuss heavily in the film session in the coming days.
You're absolutely right about that, partner, because they're going to have to sit in that film room and watch every error that they made and figure out how to not do it in the future. And mentally, I think a lot of the guys are already starting to think about, okay, how do we put this behind us and get better for the next time out? This, they'll use as motivation for the rest of the time that they play to hopefully never be in this type of situation again.
And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. Allen to throw once more. Oh, he dropped it. And that's pretty indicative of the way this one's gone. Allen will try again on second down. And he drops it incomplete. And their struggles continue here. Here's Allen to throw it. Finds his man. It's John Mechie. A big play here for Buffalo. 41 yards. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's Bills football here as we get you reset. So how about this for field position after the big play? Inside the 15 now as they come up on 1st and 10. And this is caught. Well, they get one back. Picking up the late touchdown here, but still down big. Extra point right down the middle as they make the score just a slight bit more respectable here in the final quarter of play. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away.
Takes it at the 7. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. Toronto's offense ready to take over.
And a few kneel downs should just about do it. Now, defensively, they do have all 3 timeouts, but very little reason to use them at this point.
They'll run with Walker to begin the drive.
And he'll manage to pick up about 4 at second down. The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6.
4 yards on the pickup. 2nd and 6.
Sticking with Walker on second down.
And he'll be tackled at about the 35.
89 yards rushing for him now as he has been tremendous all day long.
That's it. That's what you want. Straight ahead positive gain. Just keep that clock ticking.
Heavy set out there on 3rd and 1. They'll try for the first with Walker.
They find some open field here.
And he is going to have the Chargers first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Give them 15 yards on that one and a Charger first down.
Well, CD, always a little extra excitement for Week 1, and one of our early window games here in Week 1 on a Sunday comes to a close. Good to be back in the booth with you, my friend.
And it's good to be back in the booth with you as well. And we know that not everyone's going to start the season 1-0, right? Half the league is going to have a loss on their record, but everyone's got to build off of that opener. And how many coaches tell us every single year, you make your most progress between Week 1 and Week 2. We'll see how both of these teams progress the rest of this season.
So for our visitors, it's a fantastic start as they roll to a blowout victory here in the season opener. And they will head home next week to take on the Pittsburgh Steelers. Meanwhile, for Buffalo, they go down to defeat here in the opener. And they'll try to get back to their winning ways next week as they head to KC to take on the Chiefs.